Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a seriously profound piece of ancient wisdom today called the Bhaddekaratta Sutta. It's this classical Buddhist text that tackles something every single one of us struggles with on a daily basis: our relationship with time and how we define our own identity within it. Whether you're constantly dwelling on the past, maybe feeling anxious about the future, or just trying to figure out how to actually live a good day right now, this text offers an incredibly precise psychological approach to mastering your mind. It's a real game changer.
Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to break this down into 4 parts. First, defining an auspicious day. Second, the illusion of time. Third, traps of the present. And fourth, the urgency of now.
Starting off with Section 1, defining an auspicious day and decoding that ancient title. This is a perfect example of the fascinating puzzle of translating ancient texts. The original Pali word is Bhaddekaratta. Modern translators working in Asian vernaculars, along with the Sanskrit and Tibetan versions, traditionally translate this literally as night. But translating it directly into English gives us auspicious one night, which, let's be honest, sounds a little awkward, kind of like a bad romantic comedy. Translators debated this for years. But here's the crucial context. The ancient society the Buddha lived in used a lunar calendar. They tracked time by the phases of the moon, so a 24-hour period was naturally called a night. We, on the other hand, use a solar calendar, so we call that exact same 24-hour period a day. So, by translating the idiom rather than the literal word, we get an auspicious day, which suddenly makes total sense to us.
Now, what's really fascinating here is that Bhaddekaratta was actually a popular, pre-existing term in that culture. But the Buddha did something absolutely brilliant. He adopted it and completely flipped the meaning. Before him, an auspicious or lucky day was thought to be the result of cosmic forces, right? The alignment of the stars or stumbling across lucky omens. The Buddha shifted the paradigm entirely. He taught that an auspicious day has absolutely nothing to do with astrology. Instead, it is literally all about your own mental attitude toward time. You are the one who makes a day auspicious.
So the whole crux of this is captured right here in the Blessed One's core summary verse. I want you to really let this sink in. You shouldn't chase after the past or place expectations on the future. What is past is left behind. The future is as yet unreached. Whatever quality is present, you clearly see right there, right there. This verse right here is the philosophical anchor for our entire explainer today. It is a radical call for radical presence.
Moving right along to Section 2, the illusion of time, chasing and expecting.
The Buddha was, a master teacher, and he loved using a Socratic method of questioning. He starts by asking his monks, and how does one chase after the past? It's a fantastic question. We all know we shouldn't dwell on the past, but how exactly do our minds do it? What is the actual mechanism of getting carried away by what's already in the rearview mirror? He answers by breaking human experience down into 5 aspects of existence, what Buddhists call the 5 aggregates: form, which is your physical body; feeling, perception, thought fabrications, and consciousness. The Buddha explains that chasing the past means you get carried away with the delight of past identities. You sit around thinking, oh man, in the past I had such a great body, or in the past I had such wonderful feelings and status. You're delighting in who you used to be. And similarly, placing expectations on the future means you get carried away with the delight of who you might be. In the future, I might have this kind of body, or these kinds of thoughts or consciousness. We are constantly building a sense of self out of memories and fantasies. So naturally, the flip side of this is the next question to his monks. And how does one not chase after the past or place expectations on the future? Simple in theory, incredibly tough in practice, right? You just simply do not get carried away with the delight of past or future form, feeling, perception, thought fabrications, or consciousness. You completely drop the infatuation with the self that existed yesterday, and you drop the daydream of the self that might exist tomorrow. You literally cut off that emotional attachment to time. And this builds into an even deeper psychological insight.
Which brings us to Section 3, traps of the present, the danger of now.
He asks his next logical question: and how is one taken in with regard to present qualities? In other words, how do we manage to get tangled up and trapped by the things happening right this very second?
Now, what's really interesting here is the clear contrast. An uninstructed run-of-the-mill person experiences a present quality, say a physical sensation or a strong emotion, and they immediately identify with it. They see that feeling as their self, or they see their self as possessing that feeling. If they feel sad right now, they think, I am sad. This sadness is me. But a well-trained disciple of the Noble Ones experiences the exact same present form or feeling or consciousness, but they do not see it as self. They don't take ownership of it. They observe the present moment without falsely attaching their core identity to it.
And that brings us to the ideal state of presence described in the sutta. The goal is to be not taken in, unshaken. This means developing your heart and mind so that you are fully, 100% aware of what is happening right now, clearly seeing those present qualities, but remaining totally unshaken by them because you aren't falsely claiming them as you. You are present, absolutely, but you are not entangled.
And finally, Section 4, the urgency of now and the ultimate stakes. Here's where things get intense. He injects a massive dose of mortality into the teaching. Just listen to this. Ardently doing what should be done today for, who knows, tomorrow death. The text reminds us that there is no bargaining with mortality and his mighty horde. And look, this isn't meant to be depressing, it's meant to be incredibly motivating. You literally do not have time to chase past identities. You don't have time to daydream about future ones. The only time you have to train your mind and free yourself from these traps is right now, today. So the text wraps up by summarizing the Buddha's ultimate conclusion: whoever lives thus ardently, relentlessly, both day and night, has truly had an auspicious day. This is what makes a day lucky or good. It's not the stars, it's not some random coincidence. An auspicious day is something you earn. You earn it through relentless, unshaken, present-focused effort, refusing to be carried away by the past, the future, or that false sense of self in the present. Which leaves us with the most important question for you. Knowing that true peace comes from observing the present without attachment, and knowing that our time here is so fragile and fleeting, how are you developing your heart today? Are you chasing shadows of yesterday, or are you making today truly auspicious? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I hope this ancient wisdom gives you a powerful new lens for looking at your own time and your own mind. Until next time, stay focused and keep learning.